Welcome to DeFi Crypto, today's crypto daily news. Let's check that we're live. We should be. And waiting for YouTube to refresh. All right. Almost there. Yeah, I think we're live. Yes, we are. We're live. How good is that? All right. Turn on this. Save. We're good. Okay. So, as always, I check my Twitter followers. We're very close to 3,000. We need 6 more people to reach 3,000. Don't forget to follow on the account on Twitter. The address is DeFi Crypto T. Also, if you want to send me a message, you can always DM me right here on Twitter. That's usually the fastest way to reach me. Okay, let's start diving into news. Well, as you know, there's a war in Ukraine right now. What a lot of people are not aware of is that this will have very, very, very significant influence on the global economy for various reasons. So I invite you to join this channel here, Real Vision on Twitter. And they have a lot of very interesting articles and interviews. For instance, we have Maggie Lake here interviewing Peter Zeinhem, who's a geopolitical strategist. So this guy likes to look at the big picture and see how things develop. I'm not going to play the videos here. You can watch them yourself. But this is very, very important, okay? If that guy is right, there's going to be a lot of economical tensions around the world, okay? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'll answer the questions in the second part of the video. So, Peter Zeihan here is making some very important points on this tweet here. You should watch the videos. Basically, he believes that global recession is inevitable this year, okay, because of the Ukraine war. Why? Well, in large part, it's because of of food and energy. Russia is a very large supplier of natural gas and petroleum products, mostly to Europe and China, India, and several other countries. Now, there are obviously a lot of sanctions imposed by the West on Russia, and that's going to disrupt the flow of energy to Europe. And Europe by itself does not produce enough energy to sustain itself. So they have to impose sanctions because of the war, but on the other hand, they're like, okay, this is the middle of winter, and we're going to freeze to death if we don't have gas and petroleum to heat our houses and so on, right? So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, the other thing that people are not expecting is that it's going to have also a major disruption on food supply, especially grain like wheat. Why? Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe. Ukraine is one of the top 3 producers of wheat in Europe. And by coincidence, Russia is like another major producer of wheat. Okay? Europe is going to starve to death unless they find alternative supplies of wheat. Okay? The biggest losers here is Europe. Okay? And the other customers that normally buy food supplies from Ukraine and Russia. Okay? Those 2 countries are, I think, number 2 and number 3 largest producers of wheat in the world. Okay? There's considerable impact on food. So what's that going to do? Prices of wheat are going to, according to him, quadruple this year. Okay? And you can actually see, let's say we look at, I forgot to put that up, but let's see wheat futures prices. If we do that, we can probably see the chart. Let me get the chart. You get the chart. I think I'm going to see it here. Yeah, so hopefully we're going to get the chart up. Yeah, just look at this. Well, let's look at the year to date. Okay, just look at this. This is around the time the war started. This is what's happening to wheat. Okay? And this is just the beginning. Okay? These are the price for futures. So they expect the future value of wheat to skyrocket. Look at this. It's hyperbolic. It's insane. So, in the US and in Europe right now, inflation is around 5%, give or take, according to the central bank. I don't believe those numbers, but they're probably much higher. And in the US, it's around 7.5, which again, in real life, it's probably much higher. And that was mostly caused by the overprinting from the central banks, the Central Bank of Europe and the Federal Reserve in the United States, and they were printing money to try to avoid a recession during the COVID crisis, right? Now, they created the inflation, and now they say, oh, okay, we're having too much inflation, so we're going to need to raise interest rates to try to fight inflation. Okay, that's great. So that's why the stock market and the crypto market have been tanking, because of the expected rise in interest rates. Okay, so the cost of borrowing is going to go up. That slows down the economy, and if the economy slows down, inflation shrinks. Okay, that's right. Now, with the war in Ukraine, look at what food prices are going to do. They're not going to be able to fight inflation so easily. Okay, because this is going to impact the price of food everywhere around the world. Okay, I mean, for countries, let's say like Canada and Brazil and other countries that produce a lot of wheat, okay, and can sell a lot of grain and food products around the world, that's not so bad, because they stand to pocket a lot of profits, hopefully. But it's still going to create a lot of pressure because there's not enough farm laborers, okay, to sustain such a huge demand. Okay, there are major labor shortages in North America, for instance, in agriculture. There's at least 100,000 jobs that are not fulfilled. Okay, and the United States could easily fulfill them by opening the southern border and let the Mexicans in and hire the Mexicans and put them on farms. Okay, but they don't want to do that because blah, 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 politics and so on. So the price of food in America, in North America, and in Europe is going to go sky high. Inflation is going to go crazy. Okay, and if that wasn't enough, when we watch the other videos from this guy, what we're going to see is that China is also facing a complete food cycle collapse. Welcome everybody. I'll answer the questions in the second half of the video. So the problem is that he explains here is that China a few years ago, not long ago, like a couple of years ago, had a major problem with pork. A lot of the swine were sick and they had to kill millions of them. And the Chinese, pork is like essential for food consumption in China. It's bigger than beef. It's bigger than any other animal. Okay, any other food stock in China. So it's essential to have good supply of pork. And well, China is not a small country. There's like 1.4 billion people living there, and they all eat pork. Okay, so right now they have a problem of supply for pork. Okay, and they'll try to farm as fast as possible and probably with conditions that are not ideal, and they're going to hire a ton of people that are not properly trained to raise pigs and in conditions that might not be ideal, and so on and so forth. It's going to be very, very, very tough in China very, very, very soon. So there's a lot of issues, okay? Essentially, we're this close to famine in several parts of the world because of what's going on in China and what's going on in Ukraine. Expect food prices to go through the roof, okay, this year around the world, okay? Unless your country can sustain itself by producing enough food for its own citizens, they're going to have a lot of problems. Food is going to become crazy expensive, okay? So watch out for that, okay? Maybe buy wheat futures or something to compensate. So yeah, the food supply chain is having or the worldwide food supply chain is having major disruptions, mostly because of the war in Ukraine. China is going to go through major problems, especially because of pork. Also, there's other things, okay, that are not happening. There's not enough potash to grow food. The problems are massive this year, okay? Definitely watch what this guy is saying. I'm not going to play it here, but it's also major, major. Now, on top of that, if you hold any bonds or Russian bonds or stocks, okay, their price is going to go to zero or very close. They're going to be totally worthless. Already the ruble fell 50% against the US dollar in the last few days. And the stock market is, all the stocks are going down to nothing. Okay? I don't think, it doesn't look to me right now that Putin calculated the risks of getting into war as well as he should have, okay, if he wanted to win. Maybe he's got some secret that I don't know of, but right now it really does not look so good. Okay. Yeah, try to eat a big dinner so you're gonna be okay for the rest of the year. All right, so definitely, what was this guy saying? It's at Real Vision, okay, on Twitter. Find this article, read it. I'll post the link in the description at some point. So, big issue. Now, next, what was this one about? The title says Bitcoiners were right. Weaponized finance just created a post-dollar planet. Yeah, I think that what they say by weaponized finance is that they're imposing very harsh sanctions on Russia, obviously, as we all know. And I think that's going to precipitate the end of fiat currencies. Okay, it's going to accelerate the process. It's going to accelerate the transfer of wealth from fiat to crypto, I believe. A lot of people are going to wake up to the fact that now governments can freeze their bank accounts anytime they want for whatever reason they feel like. We saw that in Canada. And we're going to see Switzerland is freezing bank accounts now. It's like, what? Also, it's going to wake up a lot of people to the fact that maybe the MetaMask wallet is not safe. The Treasure wallet is not safe either. Okay, it's going to wake up people to the fact that keeping their money on centralized exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and etc., is probably not the safest thing to do either. Okay, so what I think this is going to do is that it's going to create a big push towards decentralized finance, DeFi, in the crypto world. People are going to what people are going to do. They're going to bypass fiat altogether. People are going to work freelance, and they're going to want to be paid in crypto and forget fiat. Okay, everybody's going to want to be paid in fiat, in crypto. You're going to trade online. You're going to buy stuff online using your decentralized crypto wallet. Okay, I think we're coming to this world in just a few years from now. 5 to 10 years, I think most people that are not like 100 years old are going to do all their finances in crypto. I think that's what's coming. Because governments can take away your money anytime they want. Do you really want that? Okay? Personally, I don't want that. I want to have control over my assets. And I don't want to give away that control willingly, okay? Or even unwillingly. I don't want them to take away that right to own property from me. Yeah, inflation is going to be insane this year. We're going back to the 1980s, people. Soon you'll see at the bank, you're going to be able to have savings at 15% in your savings account. Okay? I think we're going back to those crazy high rates that we had back in the 80s. It looks more and more likely. More and more likely. All right, next. What happened here? Oh yeah, there was a bug at Convex Finance, and the bug was not exploited. It just the devs found a potential exploit in the contracts, and the way crypto is designed is that if the contract is up, you have to create a new contract to replace the old contract because the old contract's permanent. Okay, you cannot just edit the contract. You have to replace it by a new version of the contract, and by doing that. That created a lot of extra liquidity People had to take their money out of the old contract and put it in the new contract, and that made the price of CVX tank quite a bit, but now it recuperated somewhat. And CVX is huge, okay? It's one of the main players in the curve war, okay? This caused a lot of market disruption, okay? And so that's why you have to be careful. Don't put all your money on one protocol, okay? I mean, CVX has been around a while. It's not a new project, okay? But they found this major bug that they couldn't find before, and the consequences were huge, okay? We're talking billions of dollars of market cap went down, right? All right, next. What do we have here? Okay, this I find extraordinarily disturbing. Switzerland says it will freeze Russian crypto assets that are within their borders. Again, don't keep your crypto assets on centralized exchanges. Also, what's very disruptive is that there are a lot of crypto organizations that have their head offices in Switzerland. Okay? There are a lot of foundations, the Phantom Foundation, the Avalanche Foundation, all these fine people. There's a lot of them that are that have a head office in Switzerland. And now, if Switzerland is no longer neutral, okay, they've been neutral during the Second World War, but for some reason now they're not, okay, and that means they'll. You know, your assets are not safe in Switzerland. You can't, they might freeze your account for whatever reason. Okay, they decide they don't like your face today. That now, because if they say they're going to freeze Russian crypto assets, does that mean regular citizens, or is that just Putin and his friends? You see what I mean? The regular people from Russia that might have assets there have nothing to do with the war, but they might get their assets frozen anyway. You think that's fair? I don't think that's fair. Okay, freeze Putin if you want, freeze his big oligarch friends if you want, okay, if they're involved in the war or whatnot, but why freeze all the Russian assets? I don't like the idea at all. Again, it's like it's not objective. It's a very subjective view of things. All right, next. This is we talked a lot about solidly lately, and this guy you should follow this guy. Let me follow him too. He's got a very interesting analysis of the emissions of the solid tokens. Because a lot of people were thinking that solid was emitting too many tokens, but that's only at the very beginning. You'll see he's going to show us some charts where it shows that the emissions tank like considerably, very, very fast. There's not going to be a lot of new solid tokens emitted, and I believe because we saw that some whales took their profits on solid and SolidX, and the coins tanked like what, 80% or something. But we're going to see that I think demand will grow over the solid token, and the price should recover. Welcome everybody. I'm going to answer your questions the second half of the video. Okay, so here what the people were led to believe is that solid emissions will be distributed starting from 20 million per week, decaying at a rate of 2% per week. And the guy says it's not exact, okay? There's a 2% constant decay with an additional circulating supply decay. And what that creates is, see, the public expectations are in the blue curve. But in reality, after week 25, there's practically no emissions. So it's going to drop very, very fast, okay? After 25 weeks, that means around June-ish, July, okay, whoops. We're going to see that there's not going to be much in terms of emissions at all. Okay, so if we go here, He says, we also emphasize that if more solid tokens are locked beyond the original 20 million, the decay of emissions only accelerates. Okay, so he's expecting that as more people lock the tokens, the faster the emission decay will be. So there's going to be a lot less emissions as more tokens are locked. Okay, which should push the price of the token up. Okay. So it says CRV is obviously a reasonable comparison point because solidly is more or less copied on the curve model. So they ran the numbers, and here's a quick comparison of the most conservative estimates for solidly in blue and curve red emissions. So the emissions are pretty high at the beginning, and then they curve quite a bit. All right. So it says the majority of the total emissions accrued over 100 weeks is emitted in the first 10 weeks. After that, it drops considerably. So it says if the analysis is correct, there are two consequences relative to the expectations. Lower supply means that each solid is a larger fraction of the fully diluted value. The double exponential decay rate leads to quicker convergence to the tail emissions value. And it says, does this analysis look correct? So anyway, so if you want to give them your comments, you can, and there's a full article explaining what it is. So personally, I'm still very positive long-term on Solidly, despite the crash of the token recently. Now, what's not helping, though, is that Andrew Carani disappeared. You know, he's no longer on Twitter. I don't know what happened to him, depression or whatever. Or maybe he got tired of getting death threats because the token tanked, or God knows what the hell. So hopefully at some point he's going to reappear. But I still believe in the guy because he's been around DeFi for a very, very long time. He's a DeFi genius. He really understands coding. And I think that his Solidly project has a very bright future. All right, now we're going to talk about Terra a lot today. Okay, Terra is doing fantastic. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, Bitcoin is like going up and down and whatever, and it's not doing so well, and because of market uncertainties. Welcome everybody. I'm going to answer you in the second half of the video. But Luna has been going crazy. Look at this chart. Look at this. This is from the 21st of February to now. Okay. It was around 50 bucks. Now it's in the 80s. Almost double. Okay. And what's happening? Why is this happening? Well, there's a lot more demand for Luna and UST. The more you want UST, the more you have to burn Lunas. Because UST is made by burning Lunas. Okay? So if there's a lot of demand for UST, you burn a lot of Lunas. And not only that, but there's a lot of good stuff happening as well. So if we look at this, you got Mars Protocol that is supposed to be opening on or around March 7th, so it's in a couple of days. Hopefully it's going to work. These guys have been working on this for months. And it's supposed to provide all kinds of new facilities, financial facilities like lending and whatnot. So I'm very eager to see what they're going to do there. But if you look at this chart here, we can see that there's a lot more USTs locked in there. So if you have a lot of USTs that are locked in on some protocols, like we're talking millions of dollars here, I believe that's what, 16 million UST at the moment. if this keeps on going up, that creates a lot of demand for UST, and because the stablecoin is not going to go up in value. So what's going to go up in value is Luna, because you need to burn a ton of Lunas to supply USTs, because the demand for UST is going up. Okay, I mean, we saw this on Abracadabra in the when they opened up the degen box. Okay, at some point there was $1.5 billion deposited in the degen box at Abracadabra. I believe now, if we check, let's have a look. I believe we're around 700 million. No, it's still huge. We're gonna have to go. I'm gonna need to open up my MetaMask. Forgot. All right, hang on. See if we can get there. Wake up. All right, we need to be on Ethereum. I said Ethereum. On Ethereum yet? When are they going to make fast computers? I don't know. Okay, we're on Ethereum at least. And we're going to see that the degen box is huge. It's huge. It went down a bit after the Wonderland scandal. But if we look here, see, $735 million. When they started this, it pushed the demand for UST sky high. And that's when Luna went to $100, okay? That really pushed, this was the largest use case for Luna and UST, okay? It's insane, just that single little degen box here. Of course, it's smaller now than it was, but you can see that even a single protocol can create a huge, huge, huge demand on Luna, okay? And that's why it's been pushing up so much. Let's go back here. Which page? Oh yeah, we need to talk about this guy also. All right, so yeah, so the Mars protocol looks very exciting. There's a lot of demand there. There's other protocols I'm going to show you as well that are creating a lot more demand for Luna. But here I want to introduce you to Lunanomics. It's very interesting Twitter account where obviously the guy is in love with Luna, and he has some very interesting strategies here. Okay, go to his page, find this. It's a pinned tweet. Okay, and if you look inside, these are all the links to various tweets that explain how to make money. So here he's got his 2022 investment strategy of scaling Luna with Luna. So he's got his Luna strategy, accumulation strategy, and so on. So we're going to have a quick look at this today. But I invite you to definitely read the rest of his stuff there. It's super informative. There's a lot of tweets. This guy is very prolific. And he's very, very smart. And he made a lot of the money with Luna and other protocols. So if you look at this, oh, that's another one. That's for Prism. We're going to look at this a little bit later, around here, I think. Yeah, I'll show you this stuff later. Now, where are we? This one. Okay, we saw that. We saw that. This is the one I want to show you, I think. No, not that one. Sorry, let me get the right click. I wanted this one. Okay, so we're gonna get that page up. Okay, so this is his 2022 Luna investment strategy, okay? And I'm going to read some of this to you today. You can read the rest, okay? Just to give you an idea of why he thinks that Luna is going to go through the roof this year. So when making a strategy, you need an underlying assumption. This is the more you're convinced of that assumption, the more you are dedicated to that strategy. If the assumption is wrong, the strategy won't work. So diversify capital according to your conviction. So as always, don't put all your eggs on the Luna basket, okay? So the underlying assumption that's guiding his strategy in 2022 is Luna will 10x. So basically, he's expecting Luna to be around $800 to $1,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if he's right or wrong, okay? I don't have a crystal ball to tell me. But he's going to explain the reasons why he thinks that's true. And I want you to be aware of those reasons. He says the exponential burning of supply of Luna due to exponential increase of demand for UST. The demand will come from centralized exchanges, across-chain LPs, ANC, that's Anchor Protocol. We're going to show it to you today. The MIM UST degen box, which I already showed you. Forex protocols, those are coming. Alice Finance, which is just about to launch. Basically, what you're going to be able to do with this, you're going to have a phone app. You're going to be able to buy things in the real world using UST. Okay, so basically it's going to help you use crypto to buy things in the physical world. Okay, Cash DeFi, that's another app similar to Alice, and I believe Cado is the same. Payment infrastructure built for Web3. So these are all payment apps that are going to that are using or are going to use UST to help you pay for things, and they all are going to have a debit card or Visa card associated with them. Okay, so be able to make payments even with Apple Pay and probably Samsung Pay and whatever else you got. Okay. So, and it says, and many other protocols that allow people to save, spend, and invest, and the UST is going to be on all of them. So you can just see how much demand there is coming for UST, according to him. Now, the other factor is many more derivatives of Luna. When B Luna was introduced by ANC, the price went from $5 to $24 because everybody wanted B Luna. Now in 2022, we've got N Luna, P Luna, Y Luna, ST Luna, and Luna X. Those are all derivatives of Luna. I'm going to show you some of them today. And there are others that are coming. And again, so that fuels the demand like crazy. Okay, and that is why he expects the price of Luna to go to the moon, according to this. Luna is now in the top 10, and people will begin to find out why that is. And it's not just in the top 10 cryptocurrencies in the world. It's the number 2 blockchain now, right after Ethereum. And I'll show you, it's exploding. I'm not exaggerating. You'll see on DeFi Lamma in a minute. It's growing so darn fast. It's pretty amazing. So it's hyper deflationary. Yeah, definitely, because you keep burning the darn Luna. Layer 1 stakeable token with 2-digit yield with multiple utility that captures value of all things UST. Also, Luna will suck capital from coins like XRP, ADA, Shiba, and Doge. All right, so risk management. I won't go into details on how to manage risk on this thread, but you must do this or you'll get wrecked. Prepare for 50 to 75% corrections. They will happen. So what does it mean? Expect that the price of Luna can crash by 50 to 75% anytime. So I'll show you strategies where you can borrow against your Luna. So you have to keep that in mind. Okay, don't borrow too much. Make sure you have plenty of collateral space just in case the market tanks by 50 to 70%. Okay, this can happen, and I've seen it happen on Luna. I've seen it. So, and he has a detailed tweet about explaining risk management here. This guy is very prolific. Very good information. Read it. Assuming Luna goes up 10x, I start with 1,000 Luna at 100 and use various LTVs, then add percent pullback that will liquidate the position. So he's got his strategy explained in the spreadsheet right here. You can look at that. Results show that if Luna does a 10x, if you borrow UST on ANC to LP at 100% APR, you can grow 100,000 to 1.5 million using the max 45% LTV. There is considerable risk of using 45% LTV. All you need is a 25% pullback to get liquidated if you don't do anything. So he explains the strategy in great detail. Basically, if you follow this strategy, okay, and you use prudence, okay, if you follow his risk management strategy as well, and if Luna does a 10x like he expects, you could reasonably become a multimillionaire with Luna if you follow his strategy. Okay, so very interesting read. There's a lot of information to take in, but definitely this should be on your radar. Okay, Luna is not a sure bet, but it's a pretty good darn horse to bet on right now. Okay, so I'm very excited and very bullish about Luna. Okay, definitely read this article. Okay, this series of tweets, super informative. All right, so let's look at DeFi Lamma. Okay, if you look here, you got Ethereum, and Ethereum is going up just about nowhere this month. But look at Terra. This week, okay, not that exciting, but this week, 17% up, and this month, 75%. It's up 75% this month. That's insane. That's really crazy. You know, it's eating BSC's lunch. Okay, BSC used to be over 20 million. Now it's only 11. Okay, and look at okay, Avalanche is doing okay for the month, plus 19%. Phantom is down quite a bit now because of the crash at Solidly and SolidX. But overall for the month, it's not so bad. It lost about $2 billion this week. Solana is not doing amazing. Tron, who the hell is in Tron? I don't know. Polygon's not doing well at all. Chrono's doing well. Osmosis is doing really well, plus almost 60%. Okay, and nobody wants Polkadot right now, minus 77. Yeah, so definitely watch this. Okay, this should be on your radar. Okay, very big alpha here, people. Okay, very big alpha on this. So watch it. Keep an eye on this. There's money to be made here. All right, so here's some examples. So I I've been using Anchor for a long time, okay? And what's nice now is that they raised the liquidation limit very, very high. Used to be at 60% here, but now basically it's 100%. So if your borrowings reach 100%, you're liquidated. It used to be 60%. So now they allow you to borrow more. And what's nice now is that the APR here is actually going up. It used to be minus 0.5, maybe minus 1. And now you're earning as you borrow, and they allow you to borrow more. Right now, I'm a very low borrowing. I'm going to borrow some more, maybe today or tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you what I'm planning to do with. When you borrow, you get some UST, okay? And the more you borrow, in fact, the more they're going to pay you. They're going to give you 8.81% on this. Now, what a lot of people do, they take the borrowing, the UST that they borrow, and then they deposit that here. And you can do that, and I've done that. Although it shows 0, it's just that the money that I deposited here, if you watch my mirror strategy video, where I show you how to earn 3 times this rate here using mirror, I took the AUST receipt that Anchor gives me, and I borrow MSpider synthetic token on mirror, and then I sell the MSpider, buy some UST, deposit it here, take the AUST, use it as collateral on mirror to borrow some more MSpider, and I looped that about 8 times, and I multiplied my assets in 3. So if I start with $500, at the end I have about $1,500, earning me 19.45. So essentially I'm multiplying this by 3, and I'm earning about 58.5, give or take, percent on my money instead of just earning 19. And the risk is fairly low because I'm borrowing MSpider tokens, which reflect the price of the S&P 500, and because I expect that we're going to have either a recession or a lot of bad news this year with high inflation, high interest rates, that I expect that the stock market, the S&P 500, is going to go down this year. And so far I've been okay. I've been right. Okay? So my strategy seems to be working, at least for now. Okay, so that's one strategy. You can also use the AUST that you've got here to acquire more BLUNA at a discount, and you do that at Kujira right here. So you see the yellowish things. Those are people that deposited UST or AUST. And they're betting that people are going to get liquidated. And when they get liquidated, they can get at this, let's say you deposit here, you can get Luna at 3% discount, 4%, 5%, 6% discount. Okay, the percentage is written right here. So, and you can see this is how many times liquidations have happened. Okay, so when you bet in this section, your chances of getting BLUNA at a discount are very high. So it's nice to be able to get BLUNA cheaper if people get liquidated. And then when you have a positive balance of BLUNA here, you can bring it back to here. You deposit it here, and you can borrow some more money that you can deposit here, earn 19.5%, and use here to get more BLUNA at a discount. You see? It's a nice little loop. So you can use that strategy also instead of using the mirror strategy that I explained in my other video. And if that wasn't enough, now you've got this new project called Prism. And Prism allows you to do all kinds of funny things. So you can refract. So you can take Luna and turn it into P Luna and Y Luna. I'm not going to explain all the details. It's a little bit advanced stuff. But you can stake the stuff and earn some rewards here, 9.3%, which is not so bad. And you can also swap. And as you can see, you got Y Luna, P Luna, C Luna, and plain old Luna. And you can also use their own Prism and X Prism tokens. The X Prism token you can deposit, I believe, is it in the pools? Yes. So here you've got LP pairs, and you can earn some juicy APRs here. And you also have the governance. So if you take the X Prism, for instance, well, the APR right now is 40.89%, which is pretty high. And if you can see here that the APRs, that's this line here, have been going up steadily. So that's pretty nice as well. Okay, so those are all kinds of strategies that you can play for Luna. And because you have all these strategies available, that creates a lot of use cases for Luna, and that's why the price of Luna is shooting up. The more you can use Luna or UST, the more demand there is for those tokens, and the more the price of Luna is going to go up. And that's why I believe that Lunanomics is probably right, or at least there's a good chance that if it's not going to go 10x, maybe it's going to go 8x or 5x, whatever, but it's still going to go up from where we are right now. I'm pretty sure of that. So I'm quite bullish on Luna overall. Do we have anything else here? What is this? I forget. Oh, yeah. So this guy explains his strategy at Prism. So he says, stake Luna at Prism, you get rewards in C Luna, you split the C Luna with P Luna and Y Luna, use the P Luna in lending trading, and use the Y Luna to go into LP pools, or you stake Y Luna and you get X Prism. Very simple. But yeah, these are strategies to maximize your earnings with this, okay, with that protocol. So again, follow this guy. Yeah, he's a big Luna fan as well. I might as well add him in my follower. So a lot of good strategies, people. A lot of ways to make money with Luna. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to do questions. All right. So, salut Patrick. Okay, you're going to eat a big dinner. I think you're right, Patrick, that Bitcoin should go up. The problem is people, I don't know, they don't seem to trade Bitcoin the way I would trade Bitcoin. Me personally, I like to buy Bitcoin when it dips, and I like to keep it long term, because I think over time, it's going to be worth a lot more. But maybe I'm wrong. And Michael says, tabarnak, c'est pas croyable. Okay. Yeah, Patrick, you had to watch 50 of my videos to figure out I was from Quebec. Come on! All right. Okay, I have faith in Soldex, good team. I think so too. Well, actually, the Anchor Protocol token went up quite a bit. If we go here, come back. Hi. ANC. If we look here, see right now it's up 12%. And if we look the last 30 days, let's say, come on. Of course, it has to be slow when I want to show it to you guys. Anyway, while it's thinking about it, let me refresh. Maybe it's going to help. The token is down only 28%, which is not so bad. See, it's shooting up quite a bit. This is, what, 24 hours? Ugh, so difficult to get stuff. Well, see, this is the last 30 days. That's the ANC token. I kind of like that curve. Okay, so if you were borrowing on this, you would earn more. Not only that, but the rate has been increasing. It was 0 or minus 1% or something for a while. Now it's positive. It's plus 8.8. Last week I think it was 0.3, 0.4 when I did my mirror video. So it pays more and more to borrow on Anchor right now. And that's where you earn your ANC tokens, and the ANC tokens used to be much lower, like around $3 a week ago, and now it's 5.8. A lot better, a lot better. So yeah, I'm very bullish on this. Okay, price of Anchor protocol goes up too. Yes, it's going up. So they reached a daily max UST minting. Crazy. They had to top up the curve vault. Yeah. UST is in super high demand right now, and that's why Luna is shooting up so much. And according to Lunanomics, this is just the beginning. Okay. A lot more use cases for UST this year are coming. Yeah, I think I did a good job on betting against the S&P 500. Okay, the news are not that great, right, for the stock market, and the S&P is like the general feeling for the general stock market, especially the tech sector. Okay, and so if inflation is super high, if interest rates are going to go higher, yeah, the prices are going to go down. And as we saw at the very beginning of the video today, the price of food is going to go through the roof. We expect the price of wheat to quadruple this year, quadruple. So if you're paying $1 for your loaf of bread today, it's going to be $4 by the end of the year. That's what that means. At least $4, maybe more. Okay. So I don't eat bread, but lucky for me. But yeah, so the price of food in general is going to go super, super, super high. Okay. China is on the verge of a famine because they're running out of pork. Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe, and Russia is the second breadbasket of Europe. Where the hell are they going to get their wheat? Europe. Where's Europe going to get their wheat? Where are they going to get their natural gas? Where are they going to get their petroleum? Okay, they have to find alternatives to all that. Not easy. It's not like Africa is going to grow wheat in the Sahara Desert tomorrow. They could if they were smart. But they're not doing the right thing yet. Okay, I mean, honestly, we could cover the Sahara with cows, okay, and make it green. Okay, I explained that in my previous video. watch the Savory Institute TED Talk. All right. Where were we? Alice is in beta now. Yeah, it's not fully operational yet, but there are alternatives. There are several alternatives to Alice. Okay, there's several protocols that are already using UST to help you save money, like create savings accounts, and they want to be able to help you spend UST in the real world. Okay, so you'll be able to buy things with phone apps. Okay, so several protocols, not just one. Okay, and they're all using UST. So again, very big demand for UST this year. Who painted the picture behind me? I did that in my free time using an AI software. And you can buy it. It's on OpenSea. You can buy my lovely portrait. Where are we? Hang on. Where are we in there? My account, I think. Let's check that. I'll show it to you. Somebody actually bought it a couple weeks ago. Come on, that's not the right one. My account, not your account. What is this? Oh, wrong wallet. Sorry, I have to switch wallets. Come. MetaMask. My MetaMask is sleepy. Every time I want to do something, it's sleeping on the job. All right, switch. All right. This is the Defi Crypto Today account profile. And can we get there? Hello. Boss. Okay. Loot. All right, so these are NFTs. They're really cheap. 0.001 ETH. It's about $3. And a guy bought all three. It was nice. So I made $9. No, I did these for to explain to people how to create NFTs. So I made a video about that. And there's 100 copies of each. Each one is a unique number. So they're all unique, even though there's 100 copies of each of the three NFTs. Okay, so you can buy them, sell them, give them away to your friends and family or whatever, if you so choose. Okay, but you know, you're free to do whatever. You could buy them or not buy them, whatever. So yeah, these are my NFTs. I did that for a video. All right. What else? Where are the questions? AVAC's going to take off soon with subnets. People will build on subnets because they can use their token as gas so that their tokens have more utility. Yeah, there's probably going to be a big subnet explosion this year. I wonder how that's going to impact the main tokens. Hopefully it's going to have a positive impact as you're expecting here. Coca-Cola is rumored to be backing out of Russia because of the war sanctions. This will make the stock fall on Monday, and maybe people are shorting Coke to borrow USD. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. The thing is, you need to know if it's a sure bet or not. Otherwise, it's just pure speculation. Okay. You can speculate on it, and you can borrow Coke right now on Mirror if you want. Okay, and see what happens. Hopefully it will crash completely, and then you can make a buck out of this. I don't like Prism that much. I prefer Pendulum. Yeah, well, the different systems. Où obtiens-tu le meilleur rendement sur le BTC, ETH et Luna actuellement? Right now, I haven't looked at BTC very much, but I think Yield Yak last time. Yield Yak. Yield Yak Farms, probably. I'm gonna have to switch to Avalanche though. Okay, I'll change networks. Come on. Let's do that here. Yes, MetaMask. Oh, come on, wake up, MetaMask. I hope they find a better wallet than MetaMask. It's boring at times. Okay, so Avalanche. Well, yes or no? Yes. Okay, so we're on Avalanche. They have vaults for BTC somewhere in there. See, again, you can get USTs used here. USDC. XJO. Oh my god, where are they? Is it stake? Oh, this is for staking Yak. That's not the right one. All right, let me search. They used to have BTC and all kinds of stuff here. It's from Aave. Oh, not BTX, damn it, BTC. Yes. Okay. All right, so if you're just staking Rep BTC, you can get 3% here. You could earn more on BTC AVAX. But you always have the risk of impermanent loss. So it's up to you. You can check on Yield Yak, you can check on Defi as well, where you can get the best rates. But typically, what I would do is stake them somewhere and use the receipt as collateral. Go on places like My Finance, borrow against my BTC, and then invest that somewhere else. Okay, so this way you can create a lot more income and not sell your BTC. That's what I explained in my Time to Be Your Own Bank series. Okay, you have an asset you don't want to sell, like BTC or ETH or SOL or whatever. Okay, you stake it somewhere, you earn an interest on this, you take the receipt, you use the receipt as a collateral somewhere else, like My Finance, for instance, and there are other places. It's on my series, and yeah, I'll show you how to get to this series so it's easy for you guys. So you go to my page, DeFi Crypto Today. If computers were faster, it would help. Okay. You go to playlist. Playlist. Okay. You go in there, and there's several playlists. Where are they? Time to Be Your Own Bank. There are 12 videos that are related to that strategy. Okay, watch them. They're very long videos, but I believe most of them have timestamps, so you can look at the timestamps and see if that's what you're looking for. Okay, obviously at the time I made many of these videos, we used the time or the wrap memo token, because at that time it was possible to use it as collateral on Abracadabra. That's no longer possible, but the strategy remains the same no matter what token you're using. Okay, Try to find the one where I talk about my finance. Okay, that one you can use using Aave and my finance. You can borrow against it. The loan is free. The 0% loan. And not only that, but they give you a cheap reward for borrowing. So you're making money borrowing. They pay you to borrow. I mean, just win, 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 win. I don't know why more people are not using these strategies. Okay, what is liquidation price? Where? Where? Liquidation price depends on what protocol, and depends what you're borrowing, and depends how much you're borrowing, and so on. Liquidation price, what this means that you deposit a collateral, okay, and the token today is, let's say, $100 per token, and you borrow a certain amount against that collateral, and then the protocol calculates at what price the collateral has to drop before you get liquidated. Okay, so they can say at $65, if the token drops from $100 to $65, you're gonna get liquidated. That's what the liquidation price means. It's not that complicated. All right. Well, actually, I think we can find Putin here in Patrick. I think we have Putin in Thailand. I don't like Putin, so I don't miss it. I think I've seen some places where they have something that looks like poutine. I don't eat it. Even when I was in Quebec, I didn't eat it. Kujira, at the time of the transaction with AUST, well, when I first did it, Kujira right here, they only took UST, okay? So I deposited the UST only. But after I started using the strategy, then they added AUST. So what I'm going to do, because I have a lot of room to borrow right now, I could borrow, I don't know, the maximum here says 3,500. That's my borrowing limit. So I'm at 1,003. I could easily borrow, let's say, $1,000. I would still be under the 75% safety margin here. And then I would take that 1,000, I would deposit it here, get some AUST, and then I'm planning to put the resulting amount of AUST and put them in here and spread it around these 4 columns here, okay? So if the price of Luna tanks, I'm gonna get Luna at a discount, okay? And I should not be too worried about getting liquidated because I'm gonna try to stay around here, okay? Right now it's at 39%, so I'm gonna go around maybe 60% so I don't get liquidated too fast if the price of the Luna tanks completely. Okay, so you can expect a 50% drop on Luna anytime. Okay, possibly up to 70% if the market conditions are totally insane. But I think I would be okay if I borrow up to about 60 around here. I could sleep at night and not have to worry that I'm going to get liquidated. What else we got here? Ryan Mata. I don't know Ryan Mata. Yeah, I'm bullish on Luna and Bitcoin. What's Cardano? I don't know Cardano. Flux I know. Flux is a bit expensive, and you got to do a little bit of programming to get the nodes set up. But apparently, it's good income. Sure. Whatever. Okay. MetaMask blocked Venezuela and Iran users. Yeah, Venezuela apparently was an accident. They didn't want to block Venezuela, but it happened. I think they fixed that. Iran, yeah, I think they're blocking Iran. Yeah, and that's why in the previous video I talked about looking for other wallets that don't need, that cannot do that. Okay? The problem is that MetaMask is made by a company called Consensus in Bronx, New York. So they have to follow American sanctions, okay? And they get a lot of pressure from the government to do that. So if you want to live free, you need to set up your things, okay? Set up your wallet, set up where you put your assets in ways where government cannot interfere with you. It doesn't mean that you're a criminal or anything like that. It's just that you never know for what freaking reason a government is going to decide one way or another to interfere with you and your money. Okay? They can just say, okay, we're banning Bitcoin altogether because. Okay? A lot of government regulators think that only criminals use Bitcoin. Where they get this idea, I don't know, because we know it's not true. But a lot of people say, oh yeah, it's all criminals using this stuff, so we're going to ban it altogether. Okay, in Europe, they're trying to ban Bitcoin right now. Okay, the central government of, the European Union, okay, has been trying to ban Bitcoin in the last couple of weeks. Now, they are trying to change the law because that created a bit of a scandal, but they're still going to try again. Okay, so, and who knows, the Canadian government froze assets and froze crypto accounts and on centralized exchanges. So if it can happen in Canada, it can happen anywhere. Okay, you got to be careful. Okay, so make sure that you battle-proof your assets, okay, against government interference. Okay, I'm not saying to do anything illegal, okay, but governments are temperamental and can change the laws on a whim and sometimes it doesn't even make sense, okay? They believe something that's not true, and then you have to pay for it. All right, Luna 10x, let's go, indeed. If you deposit LP tokens on Taro and borrowing only stablecoin, can you be liquidated? Yes. When you use LP token as collateral, you can always be liquidated. If you go to Taro, and I need to switch to Phantom now. Phantom. All right, come on. Where's Phantom? Here. Okay. So let's look at what they offer. One thing I don't like about Taro, it's very slow to load. There's several protocols like that. The way they designed it is not for speed, unfortunately. Okay, like Abracadabra, I think it's terrible. So Phantom Taro. All right, let's see, can we just select US something? Come on, give me type. So, what do we have? Okay, so you have USDC DAI. Yeah, see, you're only earning 7% on this for all the risks that you're taking and for all the gas that it's going to cost you. Not really exciting. And this one you're getting negative 20%, forget that. Negative 5, forget that. Because 7%, that doesn't even cover inflation in the United States. It's 7.5 right now. So for me, this is no, this is no, this is no. No again. Okay, this one looks a lot better. So this one would be interesting. MI is also a stable-coin, if you're not aware of it. That's from MIM Finance, where you can get free loans. Yeah, 24% is definitely interesting. What else we got? USDC MIM, 13%, that's good. USDC Phantom. Phantom is not stable coin. This is stable, 17%, that's good enough. What else we got? Phantom, OXD, that's crap. OXD is worth nothing these days, so I'm staying away from OXD until version 2 comes out and they fix the bugs and whatever. The launch a couple of days ago was a total shit show. So that's VDAO. Weave is not a stable coin, is it? No, it's not. BUSD is. Oh wow, 39%. This one's very exciting. What's this? Phantom? No. Well, they have a lot of new vaults that I wasn't aware of. Okay, yeah. This one. No, not this one. Where's the other one? BUSD, where is it? This one. Really, really, really nice. Should check this out and this one out. All right, what else we got? So if you deposit Phantom as a collateral on MIM Finance and borrow what Helpy token on Taro, make a Helpy token on Taro and borrowing MIM, swap MIM for Phantom and use as collateral and borrowing. Yeah, you can create all kinds of fun strategies with this. Okay, there's a lot of really, really, really neat strategies. Just make sure that when you're borrowing, okay, you take into account the price fluctuations of the underlying tokens. Okay. Now, with stablecoins, in theory, there should be very, very small price fluctuations. But as we saw when Wonderland had its scandal with Sifu, because Daniele is involved in Wonderland, Abracadabra, and Popsicle, Abracadabra's stablecoin, MIM, took a dive. Okay? People got scared for no good reason, really. But people got scared. And that made, temporarily, it made the MIM go off peg. I think it went down, what, 8% or something crazy. And as a result, that also put a lot of pressure on UST because of the degen bugs that had $1.5 billion in there. Okay? Because UST and MIM are both stable coins, right? But one stable coin went unstable, and a lot of people had borrowed on this, right? And a lot of people got scared and took their deposits out of the degen box all at once. Okay, you had $500 million worth of UST that went in the open market in a day. Okay, that was oversupply, and that also depegged the UST for a short while. Okay, so always think about what's the worst that can happen. Well, that's the worst that can happen. People freaking panic, don't know what the hell they're doing. They're running around like chicken with no head, and they just sell whatever they've got in their pocket just because they think that's safer to do that, which is stupid. It's not safer by any stretch of the imagination. So, so you can have panics, and that creates market fluctuations that can depeg your stable coins. Okay, so always think about that. Give yourself a very big, healthy safety margin when you borrow, even when you borrow stable coins like in these vaults. So the liquidation price is 0.71 when I'm borrowing mine. Yeah, 0.71 what? Phantom? Or what's the underlying asset? Your Phantom token that you deposit on mine? Yeah. Well, you have to look at the price chart. If you go here and you put Phantom, and you have to look at how likely is it that it's going to go from 169 to 0.71. So you put a year or you go max, okay? And you can see here, okay, that it went from 256 to 131. Okay, so although it's way above 0.71, you can see that a 50% dip is possible. Okay, so if we are at $1.79 right now, $1.70 right now, it could dip to half of that in a matter of a day or two. Okay, assuming things go really insane. Okay, so think about that before you borrow. Okay, is it very likely or very unlikely that it's going to dip at 0.71? That's up to you to figure that out. Okay, but looking at price movements, it tells you what's possible. Okay, and don't forget that it used to be just like 23 cents a couple years ago, right? So it could dip if the news is really insane and people panic like hell. All right, I simply left my stake MIM in Wonderland. If I leave it and forget about it for several months, you see some recovery from mid-November. Well, MIM is MIM, right? It's not going to go up or down in value. So I don't know what you're expecting here. You're expecting that MIM is going to go up? No, it makes no sense. So like you say you staked MIM in Wonderland. You cannot stake MIM on Wonderland. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, MIM is not going to go up or down in value. Wonderland can go up and down in value. It's been going down mostly. And we're going to see in a few days a lot of people are going to take advantage of the Rage Quit program. Mostly whales are going to take advantage of that. So the Treasury is going to lose about 100 million, I think. That's my expectation, maybe less. And hopefully soon after that, they're going to announce that they managed to get some smart people to help manage Wonderland. Okay, that's what I would like to see. I don't know if they're going to do it, but hopefully they will. And at that point, Wonderland should go up in value. That's my personal feeling. Okay, so that's why I didn't sell any of my Wonderland. I kept all my tokens. I bought them back in September anyway, so way before the price hike. So I didn't lose much money on this. So Phantom, my pool on Tarot, and only borrowing mine. Yeah, that should be all right. But don't forget, you're going to get Phantom Mine, you're going to get impermanent loss if long term. Okay, so make sure that you're earning a high enough reward to cover for impermanent loss. Phantom mine, where's Phantom mine? Let's type mine. Ah, good God. Okay, mine. USDC Phantom mine. You're earning 40%. Yeah, impermanent loss probably around, it's less than 10%, so it's probably around 5, something like that. If Phantom tanks quite a bit or shoots up too far. Yeah. So just watch for that. Okay, you guys have more questions? If not, we're going to close for today. Questions? More questions? No questions? Also, don't forget to turn off the notification if you want to know when I'm publishing these new live videos. I'm trying very hard to fit them in my schedule because I still have a day job. And they changed my hours last week, so I was all over the place. I had trouble finding time to sleep and everything. But now I think I'm getting the hang of it, so I should be able to publish every day, almost. And on the weekend, it's around 6 p.m. American Eastern Standard Time. And weekdays, Monday to Friday, it should be between 1 p.m. and 3. Okay, around 2 p.m. Somewhere like that. Okay. Patrick's gonna go and eat his poutine. All right, Patrick. So swap the MIM for Phantom and use as collateral on my finance. Yeah, you can do it like that. Okay, you're welcome. All right, no more questions. Last call. Merci, Patrick. All right. Okay, so that's it for today. Don't forget to like the video, okay? You need to like the video. Otherwise, not enough people. YouTube sends more people watching my videos when people like the videos. Okay? The viewers don't happen by chance. It's all controlled by the algorithm at YouTube. Okay, the algorithm looks and says, okay, nobody liked the video, I'm not sending no people there. So you have to hit like if you want to help me have more viewers, okay? And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. This way you know when I'm live, okay? I'm trying very hard to put it in a regular time slot, but it's difficult because I have a life outside YouTube. Yes, I do. And my life interferes with my YouTube. What can I say? I'm not doing YouTube full time yet. Okay, so subscribe, like, and turn on the notification. Okay, that helps a lot. That helps a lot. Yes, we have a Discord. Nobody's in it, but we have a Discord. We're going to try to upgrade Discord and try to get more people in there at some point soon. I'm trying to get people to help me rebuild my Discord. To get to Discord right now, if you want, you have to join as a member, as a paid member on YouTube first. Once you're a paid member, you go to community, and then you scroll down. Oh, where is it? Right here until you see this thing. So you got the link to Discord, but you have to be a paid member first, and then you need to connect your Discord profile to your YouTube account. Use the same email address. If your email addresses are different for YouTube and Discord, it's not going to work. Once you have, watch that little video. It explains how to do it. So you connect your Discord to YouTube and you're in business, okay? Now, I don't know why, but these days people are not posting a lot on Discord. I'm the only one posting there, almost. But there's still a couple people that ask questions and everything. Don't be afraid to post something and ask me questions there. I'll answer. I check every day. If I'm sleeping, well, I'll do it when I wake up. Okay. Yeah, we need to try to put more life in our Discord. So that's coming the next few weeks. Okay, hopefully soon. All right, so that's how you get on Discord. Yeah. All right. So no more questions. Okay, that's it for today. See you tomorrow around the same time. So it's going to be around 6 p.m. Eastern.